invited guests, ladies and gentlemen, teachers and students. It is interesting reflecting on all of our years in the primary years program. It makes us ask, what is PYP? As I reach this final stage in my PYP journey, I see it as a way of learning through experience rather than just memorizing information. It is a way of teaching us how to use certain skills and demonstrate certain attitudes and attributes to help us with problems outside of school. Mainly, a way of making a better and smarter future for ourselves. Where are we in place and time? What happened in the past that made our world the way it is today? How are we shaping the world right now? How will the major happenings of the past be looked at as a thing of the past? These are all questions that we have asked ourselves as we investigated this year's transdisciplinary theme, where we are in place and time. We almost always think about orientations in place and time of the past, but we rarely think about how one day, what we consider the present will be looked at as a thing of the past. Our orientation in place and time is a result of many major accomplishments and eras which made an impact on our world today, the world you and I live in. Our present is related to the personal histories of many individuals. If you think about it, almost everything you see comes from the initiative and action of everyday people with great ideas. If you go back far enough, you will see that the histories of these individuals have influenced their actions and impacted the world. You can also look into the personal histories of families, and in turn, some of these individuals' relatives would have influenced their actions. How we relate to each other, whether it is locally or globally, shows us that the happenings of the past have influenced our interactions today. We can see examples of this everywhere in time and place. Whether it is positive or negative, there will always be some kind of history behind the way we interact with others and the world around us. Journeys of the past have had an effect on us both individually and as a society. If the British had not colonized Hong Kong over a century ago, it would be perhaps just another Chinese coastal city such as Shenzhen. There would be far less expatriates who would have left their homes to come to Hong Kong. In fact, it would even be quite likely that the Canadian International School of Hong Kong would not exist, and I would not be standing here at this moment. Where has humankind explored? What have we discovered? The answer to these questions have determined what the world is like today. Where we have ventured has influenced where we live and what we know of other worlds. Our knowledge is the result of what we have discovered and accomplished throughout time. One thing each one of us should always remember is that we will eventually be the past. Everything we do has an impact on the future. We cannot afford to act without thought, as our actions shape the future and the future of those who follow us.